And the next game of the week it is Manchester United versus Newcastle. And Manchester United, absolute much watch TV at the moment. You know, superstars. You add them to the mix, and the type of attacking football that we've been spoiled with in the past. This could be. I was thinking about this. This could be the best season since their title win, and if not the best in terms of results, then I think certainly the most entertaining. You have a front three of Jadon Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo, Mason Greenwood. That's going to bring the tickets. There's no space for Martial and Rashford and Cavani, and you add Bruno Fernandes to that and Paul Pogba. Like, it just seems like that transfer may have supercharged them. How do you feel?
So you say they're the best team since, or you said the best season they could have since they last won the league?
Yeah, in terms of entertaining football.
I tell you what, right? I thought you meant just like kind of in general, because I was about to say, right, on paper, this is going to be slightly outrageous. I'd say they're better than the last time that they won the league, which I think was the 2012-13.
Yeah, because they were having jokes. No, it wasn't still Park Ji. Park Ji Sung in there, was it?
I would say on paper, this is the best Manchester United team since the Tevez, Rooney, and funny enough, the Ronaldo era.
Yeah, the first Ronaldo era.
And if that was entertaining, so if they don't come anywhere close to that, I think you might be right. I don't think you're going to see Old Trafford not sold out this season.
I'm just trying to get up there starting 11.
What from
2012?
Tevez?
David De Gea is still there. Raphael, Patrice Evra. Oh my God, Phil Jones. Rio
was still there, wasn't he? Didn't Scholes come back for that season as well? Wasn't Scholes in?
He might have. Yeah. Valencia. You had Wayne Rooney. You had Giggs, Smalling. You had Hernandez in attack as well. Vidic was still there. Yeah, I guess he was. Carrick, Nani, Ashley Young, Robin van Persie, Paul Scholes. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Tom Cleverley, Darren Fletcher, Shinji Kagawa.
See, that's what I mean. Kagawa. Right. So you see all these players, right? I would say
their squad is better.
Better now. But I would say on paper it's level. If you go back and you look at that team from it's probably 07-08. If you go back and you look at the 07-08 team, right? That was Tevez, Rooney, that was Ronaldo. I think you had Neville, then you had Vidic and Rio. Evra might have still been there.
Yeah, I think he was still there.
I think you would have had Carrick, you would have had Scholes. You know, it was it's disgraceful, really. I don't know how it was allowed.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the thing that we're saying, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has the ingredients to create a super. I mean, the most important thing is results, right? But for a club like United, the attacking play is just as important, and he has to bring that with the superstars at his wake. I feel like it's going to be much watch TV.
Yeah, I agree. You know what it feels like a little bit? It feels like the Manchester United this season are like kind of the Galacticos of the Premier League.
Yeah, somehow can out eclipsing Chelsea and Man City. Yeah, they got the Galacticos team. And one of those Galacticos was an actual Galactico.
He was an actual
Cristiano Ronaldo. Were you at all shocked that he was in the starting 11, started up front for the season? Are we going to see that? We must be seeing that for the rest of the season.
Do you know what's quite funny is when the game happened, we were talking about this, and you said, Ronaldo up front. And I was like, no, that's got to be wrong. They've got the formation wrong. It's probably Ronaldo on the left, Sancho on the right, and then Greenwood up front. And then obviously I was wrong because Ronaldo played up front. But the thing I didn't take into account is that whilst he was playing in Italy, he did actually, certainly last season, he did spend quite a lot of time up front. And to answer your question of whether Ronaldo, if we are going to see Ronaldo up front in the foreseeable future, I think the answer is yes, because I think that the last game, right, against Newcastle, 4-1, would you agree that maybe flattered Manchester United a little bit?
Flattered. Yeah. Newcastle played well in that game.
I don't think it was an overly fluid kind of performance by Manchester United. So I think what Solskjaer is probably going to do is probably going to leave Ronaldo there, and he's probably going to tweak around that to try and get a more fluid performance on a consistent basis. But I don't think that is going to involve moving Ronaldo anytime soon.
I will say this about Ronaldo: that goal, that is a perfect striker's poacher's goal. You know, he's off the line much faster than any of the defenders, any of the other United attackers as well. He's there like a rabbit, ready to tap it in, and that's a proper striker's goal. The only thing they have one player in their squad that is better in terms of that instinct, and that's Cavani, and we saw that second half of last season. So it's gonna be super interesting. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got a massive headache, because he really should be, in my opinion, should be playing Cavani, but you can't not play Cristiano Ronaldo. So that's gonna be pretty intense for Ole. But 4-1.
They changed his number as well, which is quite outrageous.
Yeah, it's quite. I would be really pissed off if that was me. I don't care. I mean, the only person I allow that for is Lionel Messi, not even Ronaldo. But yeah, 4-1 did flatter Manchester United. It's Newcastle. I think the scoreline, was much worse than the game. I thought they were in it to the last 10 minutes, in my opinion, and it was just the conceding sloppy goals. And the second goal, the goal around injury time, right? That's the main issue, right? Steve Bruce, he hasn't got a lot of leeway, I feel, for him. Do you think he'd be really disappointed given that they were doing okay?
Yes and no. I think no, because I think at the beginning of the game, he probably said, look, it's Manchester United. It's going to be a really tough game. Just do what you can out there. Because let's be honest, they are going to be a tough team for every team this season. And I feel yes, because I feel like Newcastle actually played quite well. And if you want to get a point against a team like Manchester United or Manchester City or Chelsea, any of those teams, if you want to get a point, the sloppiness level has to be 0. You can't allow any sloppiness. And unfortunately, kind of the goalkeeper, you could say twice, he could have done better. And in those situations, you're going to get punished for it. And that is exactly what happened. So I do think he will be annoyed, but I also think there's positives he can take from the game.
Yeah, Newcastle's got a bit of a goalkeeper crisis, don't they? They got Dubravka, who's out with an injury. Their backup is out as well. And you got Woodman, and he was just about to go on loan to Bournemouth, and he's young. I think he's 24. He's spent his entire time at Newcastle, and suddenly he has to play, and I feel like he's kind of out of his depth, but it's a bit unfortunate.
Darlow, he has returned to training, so he might be making a return from having COVID, unfortunately. So hopefully he can be back soon.
Yeah, but the scoreline looks bad. I thought they kept the Ronaldo circus down quite quiet. They didn't allow Man United too many chances throughout the game. The one I have issue with is Bruno Fernandes's goal, right? It's a cracking goal. Absolutely amazing. But where is the closing down? It's not even the closing down. It is the positioning of the midfielders. Gave him so much space for him to walk into and crack that. And it's goals like that really deflate you as a team and like Newcastle. But Newcastle squad, right?
I just want to say, because you said about the closing down. You know what? I actually think it was more kind of disorganization than anything. So I think when it happens, you see, I think it's Ronaldo. He makes a run off of the ball, right? So he drags one of the Newcastle midfielders with him, and then I think
massive gap.
And you've got 2 and 3 Newcastle players who are all thinking, right, we got to commit to him. And in that split second, I think all of them have assumed that someone else is going to do that run. And I think you can see that, because I think that happens. Then there's that few seconds. Fernandes then walks into the space which they've left, and then you see it's all too late. The Newcastle and then one of the Newcastle players, I can't remember who it is, but he comes in from the right and he's like, okay, I need to get there. And in that split second where they were all waiting for the other Newcastle player to make that run, Fernandes by then he'd picked his target, and you saw what happened. It's a brilliant finish.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was like it wasn't like kind of laziness or anything like that. I think it was just in that split second, they all like kind of froze, like deer at headlights, waiting for the other person to like kind of do it. And it just proves, at this level, in that split second where you're waiting for someone else to do it,
you
get
lose
punished.
it. Yeah, you can lose it. Newcastle squad, right? Not much stronger than last year.
It's not.
No recruitment other than Joe Willock, who's on a permit. I know, he's there for the whole season, and they had in the second half of last season 1 point in 12. Right, shows how alarming it can get. Right, it feels like every other team has gotten better in and around amongst Newcastle. How worried should Newcastle fans be? Because it can happen like this. You put in a good performances, but you just can't get the results, and it can be an alarming season again for Newcastle.
I think very worried. But I think Newcastle fans have already come out and voiced how worried they are. Newcastle a few weeks ago, they come out and they did a statement about their transfer policy. And let me give, if you're not sure about this, even if you're not sure, but if you're watching this and you're like, there's a trend that they've come out and said something. If ever your club has come out and said something about defending their transfer policy, it has not been a good window. It has like kind of categorically, like, it's just the way it is. And Newcastle's board come out. And the thing is, when you actually read the statement, it was quite a long statement from Newcastle. When you actually read it as well, I felt like it was more them saying, don't feel sorry for Bruce. He knew the deal. Do you know what I mean? The way they worded it. So I feel like Newcastle fans...
Helps no one.
No, it doesn't. I feel like Newcastle fans, like, you asked the question, like, should they be worried? I think they're all worried and already worried. And I think, they know why. It's because, shit like that's happening. So, no, it doesn't look too good for them. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. Tough assignments, D. Bruce. Again this season, I feel bad for Newcastle fans. Those are 2 games of the week,